channel. You know what time it is, No Press fam. Welcome all to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment where we take multitudes of characters from across many universes and have them battle it out. I am your gracious host, Class. And if you enjoy our content, share, like, subscribe, and become a No Press fan member. We put out new episodes every week. Also, if you want to learn about origins or abilities, check out our playlist titled Brief Origins or BAF. Both would do whatever it took to keep America safe. Some even say more than anyone else would. In honor of Peacemaker Season 2, we decided to do an episode on this character. With introduction said, let's get down to the beating. In this corner representing DC Comics, Peacemaker. Alright, let's talk about the endgame. His helmet is always a leg up in a fight. It can spot things the human eye can't, like heat signatures or quality of air. This will help him keep safe against any booby traps that might be set up in US Agent if US Agent got a heads up about his surprise visitor. He has Eagly, I believe that's the name, to help with the element of surprise should the fight become a desperate one for Peacemaker. For example, let's say John Walker is beating the piñata out of him. He's gonna want some time to catch his breath. In enters Eagly to rough up Walker's face, while Peacemaker gets a moment to gather himself, and then proceed again to throw down with US Agent. His jetpack is another helpful tool in the battlefield, as he can rush him with it completely placing US Agent off guard, or somehow use it to push off Walker's shield, leaving him to fend for himself using only his fist and no protection. He can hover over him and just try to take him out the old-fashioned way with a rifle in the hand. He has plenty of weapons to pull out to finish off a US Agent, as he has numerous guns and blades strapped onto him. Peacemaker could easily keep conjuring up one weapon after another taking a shot, which statistically feels like there is a likely chance Peacemaker is going to put a dent on Walker at some point, US Agent. He could use Eagly to snatch up that shield when an opportunity presents itself. Maybe Peacemaker convinces Walker to take him on in a fist fight, have the shield on his back, and take it from there. Or maybe when he's swinging it with a light throw, Eagly can grab onto it in mid-air. Either way, Peacemaker gets a shield tough enough to protect himself against any of Agent's guns. He's got what it takes to really have his punching power put the hurt on US Agent. Though he's not super soldier level for certain, he does have his body at its fullest potential, and that usually means he can punch someone through a wall if he wanted to. Let's not forget he also put a hurt on Blue Beetle even with the armor on. There's always the weapons route. Both men can shoot with some serious precision, so it could go Peacemaker's favor at some point. Or let's say we go hand to hand. It goes into a hand-to-hand combat. It's anyone's guess who's going to win that fight, considering both are skilled in martial art in their time, or have fought martial arts in their time. His helmet is another reliable defense against any bullets, or if he gets his hands on US Agent's shield, and the ultimate defense against arsenals. He has guns that can blast helicopters out of the sky or take a chunk of a pyramid. A weapon like that pulled out definitely takes US Agent out for the count, or the very least injures him to the extreme levels. He brings the supersonic plane and ran that sucker right at US Agent. Now Walker might be tough and possesses a version of Captain America's capabilities, but surviving a plane crash into you isn't one of them. His helmet isn't the only bulletproof thing he possesses. His clothing is also to a certain extent bulletproof to low caliber weapons. So as long as he shoots him with less than high power rifles, he has a shot at avoiding the bullets through and through. Clever in his own right, he has protection against smaller powered weapons
and isn't going to be an easy target to take out. Having his skills and his precision on his corner, he has a chance to wound or finish this fight. Place the guns aside, and he still has the fight in him to beat him to the point where he leaves US Agent on the ground and down for the count, taking the win on this one. In this corner, representing Marvel Comics, US Agent John Walker. Alright, now let's talk about the endgame. His shield is the ultimate defense against any bullets coming his way, making Peacemaker aiming useless in this fight, as US Agent is also pretty quick on reflexes. He's around Captain America's equal counterpart, making him above average. While Peacemaker is also a top tier level fighter, he doesn't possess the serum privileges that come with John's formula, so he still has a chance at losing, as he did against, I believe the name was Red X. He's stronger than him for sure, meaning he can overpower him at some point during their scuffle, perhaps getting a grip on his hands and then breaking them, or he could just grab an object no human could lift and place it on Peacemaker's back or chest and toss it at him. Either way, Peacemaker becomes a splattered bug. I could do this all day, a line of course from Captain America, but it still applies to Walker as well. He fought Captain for an hour straight without slowing down. Having to battle it out to that level can drain a normal human being. Peacemaker is tough as nails, but to keep the pace from start to finish almost the same without feeling worn out seems like an impossible task, no matter how peaked you are in your physical condition. Keep the fight going for that long and US Agent may have Peacemaker's number. If the fight gets down to just shots exchanged with hands, Walker might still have a good chance at winning here. He has trained with the best in fighting styles and has taken some crazy hits from characters like Iron Fist and Sasquatch. He does have the endurance to take hits along with giving them back. Shield is always a welcome addition to a battle to have. It is said that he has almost the similar strength to Captain America, which means he could probably just swing the shield in crazy directions, potentially nailing Peacemaker in the neck, taking his head clean off and ending it that way. Removing the helmet is a good option. If US Agent were to discover the helmet has a lot to offer Peacemaker, he could do one of many things. He can attempt to remove it up close while they fight it out. He has the speed and grip strength to do it. He could probably toss the shield at an angle to remove the helmet off without even needing to physically remove it himself. He could go to work on the helmet, finding moments to toss the shield at it, or quite possibly using his own hands to crush the helmet like they did, I believe Nightwing didn't crush it, but he did move the helmet, so he actually beat Peacemaker that way. But anyways, hands to crush the helmet while Peacemaker is still wearing it, causing the helmet to no longer be effective and apply pressure to Peacemaker's skull. He could keep the pressure by continuously tossing the shield at his helmet. Doing that is like having a bee in your car while you're driving. You're going to do your best to manage around the chaos, but sometimes you're just going to fold to the pressure and fly off the road with you and the bee in the car. Keeping him distracted and unable to keep his vision stable long enough to focus on his target allows US Agent to put the work on him, eventually resulting in Peacemaker's demise. He still has augmented super strength, so even if Peacemaker is at his peak, super is in your description is still hard to compete with. During the fight, he could deliver a punch hard enough to probably break through the chest cavity and take out the heart. Brutal way to go, but Walker has the means to get it done. He still has firearms to help get the job done. Now, while it would be a tough one to call who would take who out with the first pistol, there's still a 50-50 chance that it might go Walker's way or US Agent's way. Keep the pressure on Peacemaker's helmet, have the fight last for a while, and always use his shielding for defense against any gunfire Peacemaker might attempt to take him out with. Quick pace at all times and eventually outmaneuver his technique, getting his opening, and that's all she wrote, folks. Give John Walker, aka US Agent, the much deserved W. As always, folks, it's not up to me, it's up to you guys. So if you liked either one of my arguments, you can hashtag Peacemaker or you can hashtag US Agent. As always, No Press Fan, we really appreciate you guys keeping it 800 subs. Peace.
Shout out to all my content supporters. Not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats. Watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos. Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and Key Issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below.